We also have compression threads, which I kind of find is an interesting point to bring up. The fact that compression threads don't actually fit onto any of these. They're kind of their own unique thing, right? So compressions is just basically saying that the thread type is actually going to compress whatever the pipe is or tubing that's going into it onto itself. So these ones aren't ones that you're going to generally find threaded straight into maybe another fitting or a manifold of any kind or into a wall or bulkhead. You're going to actually find that these are pipe or tube compression.
Used very commonly with copper to connect copper tubing. It's also used, as you can see, there's copper here on this one. It's also used with plastic, and a lot of times we're going to find compression threads like on the angle stop, which is your hot and cold water supply under the kitchen sink. The top of that angle stop is a compression style thread, and the riser that you use to hook up to that is a gasket that it bottoms out in to create the water seal, unlike this, which is pulling a little sleeve down against the top of the fitting.
So you actually can't take this faucet, which has compression threads, and thread on like a 1/4 inch NPT female fitting. You actually need something called UNS, which is Unified National Special. That's the
Special, like me.
Yeah, exactly, special like John. But that actually matches the threads on a compression stem like this faucet has here, which we get a lot of calls for as well.
Compression's used a lot. In fact, it's probably was more used in our small plumbing appliance connections, a lot more prior to the discovery of the Quick Connect fitting.
That's right.
Which is a push to connect. So it made all of the work going into setting that compression fitting so much easier. But the compression fittings are used all over the place. Prime example is like on your angle stop under the sink where your cold and hot water supply for the sink fixture. Those are always compression threads. And so the riser that goes up to the faucet, this is compression, and it also has a gasket that it bottoms out in. But you could take your compression nut and a ferrule and get the same just straight tube connection on that as you do in a union type compression fitting. Same thread type.
That works perfect.
Look at that.
Look at that. Fits right on there.